All right. Do y'all remember from middle school probably having to do cross multiplying or even butterfly method, whatever it's called to you? Okay. So y'all remember 3 times x is what? 3x equals, and then you do the other cross, 6 times 5, 30. And then to get rid of that 3, we divide. Okay. And if you're taking a quiz, make sure you finish that first real quick. All right. So 30 divided by 3 is, that's a 10. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be a 3 right there. And yeah, 30 over 3 is 10, right? Okay, next one. Again, 2 fractions that are equal, we're going to cross multiply and divide, or you can call it the butterfly method. 4 times 15 is 60. 5 times x is 5x. Last step, how do we get rid of that 5? How do I get rid of that 5? Divide, yeah. So, oops. Oh my gosh. Divide by 5, divide by 5. What's 60 divided by 5? 12. So, your warm-up should be done. You can pass it to the front. Make sure your name's on it. You got the dates on it. You got the objectives on it, okay? So we are going to do notes on similarity. I'm going to pass these out right now. Okay, so do y'all remember congruent? Congruent was what sides, what shape? Do y'all remember? Okay. Okay, here we go. So, let's see if we remember. And by the way, we're doing notes, so it needs to be quiet. Okay, I don't want headphones in our ears. I want us to listen, okay? Please listen. Can you please take them out? Okay. So, congruent. The last 2-3 days we've been talking about congruent, which is same size, same shape. Does everyone remember that? Same size, same shape. Today we're talking about similar, which means same shape, but not, underline not, the same size. So it's going to look the same, it's just going to be a little bit bigger or smaller. The word for that is dilated. It's going to be dilated bigger or smaller, okay? So, notice A is the same as what angle? Faster. A is the same as what angle? Okay, angle D. Angle C is the same as what angle? F. Now, E doesn't have, or B doesn't have an angle on it, right? And again, I don't want headphones in our ears. So we are looking for a missing angle. Okay, we have 2. We should be able to figure out the third one by adding the 2 that we know. And then we subtract that from 180. So 180 minus 66 is 114 on both sides. So, with similar triangles, they have the same angles, as you can see there. What do you notice about the sides? Okay, they're not the same, right? The 5 and the 7.5 aren't the same. 4 and the 6, the 2 and the 3, they're not the same. Okay, now, this next blank says, you can write similar. Now, it says the 2 triangles above are similar triangles. The way that we say this in math is with the following similarity statement. Now, the way you say this is triangle ABC and this little symbol. Now, does everyone see this new symbol? We've seen this, which means congruent, right? So if you take away the equal sign, now it's not congruent, it's similar. The name of that symbol is a tilde. And the way you say it is triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. You can write that down on that blank for me, please. Okay? So everyone's writing that down, that in the red text on the front board, please. Now we're going to tie in the warm-up with what we're doing today in a minute. But first things first, we want to say something about the angles and the sides. Now, again, faster you'll help me, faster we get through this. Angle A matches what angle on the other triangle? Angle D. Write that down. How many degrees is it? 25 degrees. So does everyone see on the picture? Angle D and A are the same, they're 25. What about B? B is matching what? Okay, E. Now, we didn't know it, but now we do, because we did the math. How many degrees is it? 114. So, angle C matches angle F, and those are 41. So, we know if we have similar triangles, they're the same shape, they're a different size, but the angles are for sure congruent. Let's write that down up here. Angles are going to be exactly the same. However, the sides are not exactly the same. Okay, so AB and DE, we need to make that into a fraction. So how long is AB? And how long is DE? So you tell me. What over what? AB over DE. So how long is AB? 4, and DE is 6. So 4 over 6 is what we're going to write for this fraction right here, okay? Whoops. And then we are going to simplify it, but first we write it down, 4 over 6. And now, what does 4 over 6 equal? What's that reduced to? 2/3, not 3 over 2. Yeah. You're thinking of 6 over 4. Okay. Now, BC over EF. So what are those numbers? What do we got? So it's literally 2 over 3, which obviously is still 2 over 3. Now, AC over DF, what's that? Okay, if you look at your numbers, 5 over 7.5. Now, here's the deal. When you type that in, you're going to get a decimal. It's going to be 5 over 7.5 gives you 0.6 repeating. You got to make sure it's the right order, right? 5 over 7.5 gives you 0.6 repeating, which is 2/3 as a fraction. Okay, and I put it in and I showed it's 2/3. Okay, so what do you notice about every one of these fractions? They're all the same. Okay, so off to the right, that means we're going to call it a common ratio. Okay, so 2/3 across the board. So there's a name for this. Okay, now it's another word for ratio or fraction. Starts with a P. Don't know what it is? Not perpendicular. They are proportional. Proportional means they all have the same, not parallel. They give you the same fraction when you make the corresponding sides into a ratio. Proportional. Okay, you can flip that over. Now, what we just wrote down for the angles in the sides, we're going to fill in these blanks on the next page. So we're moving on. Now, when two triangles are similar, we said their angles are what? The same or congruent. Same exact angles, but for the sides, we said they are what? That P word we just talked about. Proportional. They give you the same fraction for each corresponding relationship. So proportional. Now, that means, like we've said, if you set up corresponding sides as ratios, the ratios are always equal. So, let's look at this example. Okay. B and D are the same, right? The question is, C is the same as what? Now, I don't see a 33 degrees here, right? You would think it's E, but I don't have 33 here, right? But I could figure this number out, this blank, to see. Let's make sure it's 33. So I'm going to take the 49 and the 98 over here, add them up. I get 147, subtract that from 180, and I get 33. So yeah, it is 33. So assume, again, we don't want to assume if we have something missing. 33. So we got 138. My board's been acting funky. No, this is a 98 right here. 98 plus 49. My bad. It's not staying calibrated, so it's hard to write things on here. And then that means this will be 98. Okay, so real quick. They want to know, are any of these statements true? And if so, which one? Okay. Now, the first thing it says here is what? Order matters. Everything has to match up for it to be a correct similarity statement. Okay. So let's see if this first one's true. It says A, B, C. Now, A is 3 arcs, B is 1 arc, C is 2 arcs. 3, 1, 2. Is D, E, F 3, 1, 2? D, well, no, it's already A and D don't match up. A is 3 arcs, D is 49, it's 1 arc. Doesn't work out. Does everyone understand why it doesn't work out? It's not in the right order, and we have just said order matters for a similarity statement. So let's try CAB. Now CAB is 2, 3, 1. FDE is 3, 1, 2. No, that don't work either. What about CBA? CBA is 2, 1, 3. FDE is 3, 1, 2. Well, that doesn't work either. Let's make our own statement. Okay? What would you want to pick? Triangle what? What's the first triangle? ABC. What symbol do I put next? It's called a tilde, no matter what anyone else tells you. Triangle, and then what? F, D, E. Very good. Let's go to the bottom. Now we're going to take the stuff we learned on the warm-up, or we remembered from middle school on the warm-up, and we are going to apply it on similarity. Here we go. Here's what I want you to do. Every time you have similar triangles, I want you to connect corresponding sides with arrows like this. When you do that, every connection is going to be a fraction. And then you're going to set up two fractions like our warm-up, and then you're going to cross multiply. So let me show you. 3 corresponds with 4.5, so I'm going to do 3 over 4.5 equals, and then what do I write for the other fraction? What over what? 5 over x, right? 5 over x. Now, once you have that, what are we going to do with these two fractions? Cross multiply and divide, or you could say butterfly method. 3 times x is 3x equals 5 times 4.5 is 22.5. Last step. How do you get rid of that 3? Divide by 3. What's 22.5 divided by 3? 7.5. Very good. So, now, let's do it again. How is this one a little different? This thing right here is weird, right? The x plus 2, usually you don't have an expression, but this one does. It's going to make it a little bit more complicated, but we're still going to connect corresponding sides. Let me show you what I mean. And everyone's writing this down, following along. So 3 goes with what? 6, so I'm going to draw that connection. 7 goes with, now by the way, x plus 2 is not 2x. X plus 2 is x plus 2, okay? Now here's what I want you to do. Put that, that's multiplying. This is adding. So some people think when you add, you just put them next to each other. Okay, so put x plus 2 in parentheses like that, and we're going to set it up the exact same way. Make two fractions, right? So 3 is over 6 equals what over what? Seven is over what? I know. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. So first one is 6 times 7. Times 7 is 42. Equal sign, and then this times this. 3 times x plus 2. And then yes, we're going to, what's that word when you multiply into the parentheses? Letter D. Distribute, yeah. So, 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 2 is 6. And then can we solve this? We get rid of the loner, minus 6 on each side. We get 36 equals 3x. I know you might be running out of room there, but divide by 3 on both sides and you get x equals 12. Yes. Okay, flip it over. We do need to do this next page, and we're going to do it a little bit quickly because we got short time here. All right, flipping it. Now, you are going to tell me, is this similar? And you're going to show me, the way we did it on the first page, is you're going to show me every single side gives you the same fraction. Now, write this down. I hope you notice this has been rotated, okay? So, well, you're going to see it like that. So rotated, so A matches with what angle? E. So it's been rotated to the right around 90 degrees. You with me? And then B matches with what? Letter D. And then C matches with F. Now, I want you to connect all the corresponding sides, okay? Everyone with me? So what does 9 correspond with? 3, yeah. So 9 goes with 3, 12 goes with 4, and then 18 goes with. See, if you didn't realize it was rotated, or you matched it up wrong, you would get the wrong answers. So please be careful and make sure everything matches right. Let's make all 3 of those into fractions and see if they're all the same. 9 over 3 equals what? 3. 12 over 4 equals what? It is 3. 18 over 6. Is it 3? Are all the proportions the same? So if they're all the same, then you know for sure it is a similar triangle, okay? So again, yes, similar, okay? Now let's make a little statement real quick. Triangle ABC is tilde triangle similar to triangle what? E, what? Yeah, EDF, okay? So everybody, when you get asked, is it similar, you're going to make 3 fractions, and if they're all the same, you're going to put yes, and then make a little statement, okay? Now this next one has also been rotated, right? Put rotated. So what does 4 match with? X. What does 11 match with? So you're going to make 2 fractions, 4 over x, 11 over 35. And then what do we do when we have 2 fractions? Cross multiply, right? You want to write this stuff down? So 4 times 35 is 140. 11 times x is 11x. And then you just have to divide by 11. Now 140 divided by 11 gives you, if you hit Control Enter, it's 12.73. Okay, so 12.73 equals x. Bless you. Okay, we got another one to do on the bottom. Make sure you get that down real quick. All right, number 3. Now, how many triangles are on number 3? It looks like 1, but does everyone see that there's an overlapping triangle on number 3? Oh. So, check it out. The small triangle is up top. I'm going to do it in red. And the small triangle has 7 and 9. So, hold on. The red triangle, small one, is normal. You can see it. You know what it is. But the big triangle, I'm going to do in blue. And does everyone see me do this? I would like for you to redraw the big one. Okay, hold on. So, big triangle out here. What is the bottom of the big triangle going to be? 17.5. Hold on. So, 17.5 is the bottom. This right side is where people mess up. So I want you to look. Some people want to just put x. That's only part of the side, right? What's the other part? 9. Now, what do I have to do with 9 and x to get the whole thing? Add them, not multiply. You don't know that's a midpoint. We don't know anything. We just say, hey, I know I got 9, I got x. I need to add them up. 9 plus x is not 9x. We're going to actually put x plus 9. Stop. Okay, so you can put 9 plus x or flip it around, like I like to do, x plus 9. The order doesn't matter either way. So what we're going to do is go from that little red triangle to the big blue triangle. So let's make those connections. 7 goes with 17.5. 9 goes with x plus 9. So let's make those 2 fractions. 7 over 17.5 equals 9 over x plus 9. And now we're going to cross multiply. What is 9 times 17.5? 9 times 17.5. 600. That don't seem right. It's like 150 something. Somebody help me. 157.5 equals, and now I'm going to multiply this times this. 7 times x plus 9. And then distribute. What's 7 times x? 7x. 7 times 9 is 63. Okay, we're going to the bell here, so stick with me. We get rid of that 63 by subtraction. Okay. Then we get 90 something. What do we get here? $94.5 equals 7x, and then divide by 7. What do we get? I think it's 13.5. Okay, to set up the next one, I'm going to let you finish it off, but on this one, the small one is 6 and 4. The big one, on the left side here, what do I do with the 6 and 9? Add them up, so 6 plus 9 is 15. On the right side, 4 plus x and we're going to connect them like we did last time and make two fractions. 6 over 15 equals 4 over x plus 4. Cross multiply. Distribute. Get rid of the loner. And then divide by the coefficient. And the rest of these are practice.